Hello and welcome back. My name is Corey, and I guess y'all are my rubber ducks. And this is the series where we are creating a programming language from scratch using C++, modernish C++, Flex, Bison, editing in Vim. I mean, it's all in the command line. And of course, as I've said before, if we don't write it, it doesn't exist. And yeah, so as I've also said, nothing up my sleeves. I don't have anything pre-prepared for this. This is 100% live coding. And so if that's something you're interested in, okay, today's your lucky day. As always, we'll go to the terminal and just show that, yep, the last one, the last commit was the episode 33. And at the bottom of the screen, if I say get status, nothing's ready to there are no code is waiting in the wings there. Alright, so what are we going to do today? Well, we're going to do a couple things. One is, every once in a while when you write code, you take a step away and you realize, I may have overlooked something. And that's how I felt as I was uploading the last one. So what we're going to do is we're going to just double check that all of the code is safe. And you know what, we'll just go over here and say make, there, just get that going. And so what I was meaning by that is the way I wrote some of the compiling for the strings, and then I realized what it also goes into the identifier usage, I want to make sure that I covered all my bases, right? So let's just go into, and where I want to look is, where is that going to be? It's going to be the source, the AST node, which one? String. Sure. And what I'm looking for is in the compile, this right here. Strings, this val. And I do. I make sure that it exists. If strings count, this val. Otherwise, just push a null val. Okay. What about for the compile literal? For this, we're okay. All right, and then the collect is fine. Okay, so that one I think we're fine on. What about the source for the AST node identifier? I think that's the other one. And for this one, when we collect, okay, that's fine. What about when we make sure that it exists before we try to access it? Okay, I think we're pretty good there. So now let's we want to make a ternary operator. We've got unary operators, and that's your not and your negative. We've got binary operators, which are your plus, minus, multiply, divide, modulo. That's your 5 mathematical operators. Your 6 comparison operators, less than, equal to, greater than, equal to, double equal, and not equal. And what else? Oh yeah, the logical operators, and or. And okay, so that's fine. But what about the ternary? The ternary, a lot of people have trouble with it, and it's to me, it's not that difficult at all. It's some expression followed by a question mark, and what to happen if it's true. So that's the true case, and then usually a colon and a false case. And it can be expressed like that. Python does it differently. It will actually have what to do if it's true. You'll say if something else, and then what to do if it's false. That's kind of reordering things around, and Python made that decision that they wanted their language to read in that way. I like the traditional ternary, and like I said, a lot of people find it difficult to read. I don't. I like I said, I like it. Rather, I just think it's a very elegant construct, and so we're going to include it in our language. You can do it differently if you want it. If you like the Python construct, it will actually, you can just change it around if you're following along and writing your own language. So let's do this. Let's edit our makefile. Makefile always first. That way it's just done. And just like we've got the AST node, all of these, we need an AST node ternary. And that'll go right after the string. Yeah. A string ternary. There we go. And now AST node string, copy it, and we were going to, still haven't looked up how to do this. 96, 97, substitute string for ternary, and yeah, G, there. Okay, now it's going to complain that it can't find it, but we will continue. We will press on. All right, so what are we going to copy? Do we want to copy the unary, the binary? Binary uses left-hand side and right-hand side, and that may be the best, but I think I would rather do the if else. So let's copy the include for AST node if else, and it's going to be include AST node, what did I say, ternary .hpp, and we'll do the same thing with the source for AST node if else source AST node ternary.cpp. Okay, now let's edit those two. The include for AST node ternary, the source for AST node ternary. All right. First, %s, we need to change if else to ternary. Did that. Let's do it again. %s and change if else title case to ternary. That's good. Now repeat that change for the title case. And now let's adjust our documentation to make sure that we are correct. That represents a ternary expression. And it is important that we're calling this an expression and not a statement, because it is just an expression. And let's see, the constructor, we are going to have a condition, a then block, or an else block. Now, I don't think I want to call it then block and else block. I think I would rather call it, so change then block to then expression. Okay, and let's do this again. %s And now we're going to change else block to else expression. All right, now let's go back. So it shouldn't be the statement executed. Oops. %s. This is going to be the, instead of statement, it is expression. All right. So we'll go back up here. Our constructor, the expression which determines whether the then expression or else expression is, instead of executed, I think I want to say evaluated. Or is it executed? I'll leave it as executed. When the condition is true, false, that's fine. Then expression, else expression, that's fine. Another one, and this, what's the difference between these two? It doesn't have an else, and that will never be the case. We will always have an else, so that's fine. We just delete that constructor. We don't need it. And now we've got our condition. And it looks like we're past our limit here. Hey, it worked. I remembered capital J joins. I think that's good. Let's go to the next. And we already know, just jumping up to the top, we can get rid of that constructor because it didn't have the else. And we need to do our change of then block to then expression. We need to do another one of the else block to else expression. And you know what? We may need it to change statement to expression. Okay. And this will be ternary. Condition. Instead of then block, it is the true expression. I don't like that. Well, maybe that's correct. And then instead of else block, the false expression. Or does it need to be expression if false? If true. Okay, and now that I've thought about it, with you here with me, of course, I think I don't want it to be else expression. Let's make that to be true expression. So else expression is now going to be called true expression. Uh-oh. That should have been false. So, now that I've really messed this up, oh wait, U for undo. Else expression should be false expression. Go back, and now then expression should be the true expression. Okay, I like that better. Let's go back and do these same. Then expression should be true. Else should be false. Okay. Let's double check our code now. We're compiling okay. Ternary condition expression if true, that's true expression, and then we don't need there we go. Because they're all three going to be there. That's fine. Okay, the compile, we'll do this in just a moment. I'll look through because I think it's going to take a little bit of a tweak. What about the collect identifiers? We don't have to double check about the false expression. It's just that we know it's going to be there. Same way for the true expression. I mean, in the collect strings. Okay, let's check our compile. We compile our condition. If the condition is false, jump to the end. Jump to the false expression. False jump, that's fine. I think I like doing it that way better. The true expression is fine. And now okay, we don't need to compile differently. We don't need to clean up because it's an expression. It shouldn't be cleaned up after. So we're not going to pop. So till the jump past the false expression. Okay, so jump, the true expression, jump is, I'm going to do the same thing here. Okay, the false expression, that's fine. We compile it, and now we just set the jumps. So the condition false jump to the false expression start, that's fine. The true expression jump to the next one, and we don't need the +1 because it's an expression. It's not going to be, it shouldn't, there's not going to be a pop immediately after it that we have to go past. I think we're close. We need to, of course, tell Flex what we're looking for, and Bison. Do we already have a colon? I don't know. Let's find out. So we're Flex, Bison. Okay, back in Flex. Oh, there's a lot of colons here. That's fine. We will just put it here, a colon, and make semicolon, and there we go. We probably have to do a slash, but make question. I'll just leave it at that, question, colon, semicolon. Or do I want to say question mark? Question mark, that's fine. Okay. Does it, it just, so it's not complaining about the question mark, it's complaining about it doesn't know what question mark is and colon is. That's fine, that's coming in Bison. So we've got a question mark, which question mark, and colon, which is of course a colon. Now if I just take this point, it Bison just told me it had shift reduce conflicts. What is that on? We're gonna have to check that out. There shouldn't be any. Okay. For right now, we need to know where to put these. So again, is this orient ourselves? Where's the equal? There's the equal. It's 16, so it's in reverse order. Okay, so where is the question mark colon? It's on the same level as the equals, and it is right to left. Okay, that's fine. Question mark and colon. And now let's we know that we're going to need binary. I think I got out of order on these anyway. No. Oh yeah. What did I call this? Ternary. Yeah, that's what it's called. And this is an expression. So it's going to be down here, just like there's all of these expressions. And it's going to be an expression followed by a question mark, followed by another expression, followed by a colon, followed by an expression. That is what is required to have a ternary operator. And now, make shared AST node ternary. And what do we give it? We're giving it the $1, $3, $5, and that is at I can do location 2. That's where the question mark is. I think that will work. Yes, I'm not overlooking that shift reduce conflict. A lot of times the shift reduce stuff works out as you would expect. It's just telling you, hey, it's not exactly clear. There's, maybe something wrong, or there could be something wrong. It's going to take one action or the other, and like I said, most of the time it takes the one that you would expect, but we'll look at it. Sorry. Meetings all day, talking all day. You get thirsty. So flavored water. Hey. Let's go to the tests, shall we? And this is going to, we can go up some. It's not really control flow. It's not an assignment, not a code block. It's an expression. So, all right, let's just write some here. So true, I want a 3:5. We would expect it to be a 3, right? Same thing, false, 3:5 should be 5. And then lastly, so let's say I was just thinking we could just write a fizz buzz in this, but I don't think so. I think we're going to leave it at that for the moment. Oh, it's not an expression, or not just an expression, or we can do Ternary. That way it's unique. The tests passed. Okay. That's always good. Let's do a little bit more involved, shall we? And I'm going to say true 1 3. Okay, so this should evaluate to a 1. False, this should evaluate to a 3. Oh, nope, I had that wrong. False should evaluate to a 5 both times. And then if it's true, sorry, just false. Okay, so this should be a 3, and this should be a 5, and a 5. And then yes, I know I've got to change all of these numbers. For this one, I think this should be 1. All right, and then okay, so now if it's false, but the first one's false, second one's true, it should be a 3. False and false should be 5. True. Did I do this wrong? Okay. Single, there. False, false, true, true. False, false, true, true. And this is true, false for the second one. Okay, nope. I'm done. This should still be a 1, and this should still be a 1. In other words, none of that stuff should confuse it. Go back up there. All the tests passed. Okay, so that's good. Now comes the hard part. And where are we? Because at this point, I would almost call it good. But I want to look at that shift reduce conflict. So let's do this. Let's, first of all, what is the differences? Do all these, does this all make sense? Looks like it. Okay. Sorry, get status. Operator. We didn't have to add any opcodes. Yay! Double check something before I do this. The source AST node ternary. I just realized I want to double check to, am I doing the right opcodes? So jump if false with a pop, yes. The true, we just do a jump past and leaving it on the stack, and there are no more jumps. Okay, yes, I'm happy with that. Just wanted to check. All right. Now, let's go back and check on what's happening with Bison. See, when I run into stuff like this, I'm never scared that I can't fix it. I'm just scared that I can't do it in front of you. Or that'll be overly boring, right? So in this, just the shift reduce conflicts. So let's do this. Counterexamples. start at the beginning. Did this start with the ands and ors? It did. It would have started when we did the ands and ors. Did I not set the precedence? I did not. Okay. So where is this going to be? Operator precedence. And it's left to right, but it should be and, then or. So, again, because we're in reverse order, left, it should be or, and left, and. They're gone. No shift reduce conflicts. Lesson learned, always double check that I set the precedence. Okay, so, well, yeah. That's the only thing that changed, yep. Of course, this just verifies that I didn't actually break the way that my tests work. We're good. All right, well. There we go. Well, you know what? That worked pretty well. What am I not going to do? I'm not going to keep you much longer. So let's catch up. We need to make our, oh wait, well, -rf docs, sure. And now make our docs PDF. Just regenerate everything in the meantime. I know this is basically doing that. I just want it to regenerate and WSL view of the docs HTML index, and it should open. There we go. Of course, for our files, we have our new, where's the ternary? There's the ternary. It's beautiful documentation. We've got our class. Parameters are all showing up. That's always a good thing. Yeah. And our compile worked. Episode what? What episode are we on? Episode 34. There we go. Simple enough, and we added all new functionality in the way of the ternary operator. And oh, we could add a few more tests, I guess, but I mean it's working, and we're not, Bison's not giving us shift reduce conflicts anymore. So that's always good. Code base is growing. That's fine. Again, we don't measure our progress in lines of code, but it does at least help us get an idea of where we are and what work we've put in. So, all right. Well, having said all of that, I think that we'll take this as a great time to pause. Shorter video today than normal, but still got stuff accomplished. So, as always, thank you. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time.